Welcome to Easy Release Pro 5. This quick start guide will explain the bare minimum in order to get you going quickly with Easy Release. Please spend time in the future exploring all the features on your own or by watching some of our more in-depth guides and tutorials. Easy Release is template-based. The built-in templates use legal language created for the stock photography industry and are broadly applicable for many other users and for most media types, like still photography, video and film, voice, or artworks. Of course, you can also create any number of custom templates yourself, defining the legal text and many other parameters. This will be the subject of its own video on how to create custom templates. As a new user, you'll have a fairly empty main screen like this one. On it, you'll find the plus button for creating new model or property releases, the QR scanner button for creating a model release from a release QR. More on that later. At top left, you'll see the iInfo button. This symbol provides guidance throughout the app, a search bar for when your collection of releases has grown long, and down at the bottom are sort options. I find sorting by date to be the most useful for general purposes. If you're on an iPad, you would also see the View Selection button to change from list view, like the one on the iPhone, to thumbnail view, which is specific to the larger iPad screens. And finally, the gears icon at the bottom right to access settings, which you'll need to go to next before doing anything else. The settings screen is divided into categories, combining them into logical groups. The essential ones for our quick start purposes are photographer settings. You must set at least the following: photographer's name, that can also be a studio name, doing a DBA. Usually it's simply the photographer's name or the person doing the releasing. Email, ideally your business mail address. Optionally, but highly recommended, is storing your signature. It will be applied automatically for you, and its signature date kept contemporaneous with the model and witness signatures when they sign. Other than photographer setting, there are lots of other options you may want to enable right away, as most of them won't apply retroactively to existing releases, only to new ones going forward. You should definitely consider enabling iCloud Sync on iOS or Google Drive Sync on Android, as well as at least one cloud drive saving target for your PDF and JPEG files to be stored automatically. There's much more to explain here, but that's for a different video. Back on the main screen, we'll create our first test release. Don't be afraid to test and try everything. You could delete anything you don't want to keep afterwards. Touch the plus button at top right and touch model, as we'll demonstrate this first. You are now on the first screen of the new release wizard, which, if you provided the photographer settings earlier, will be the template selection list. As a new user, you will only have two built-in options to choose from and no custom template options. The choices between our old standard release text, originally authored by Getty Images, that's been used by thousands of photographers since 2010, and a newer enhanced standard release that has been developed by Getty Images as well, specifically to address the latest concerns of the stock photography industry, including biometric rights. The details of this are beyond the scope of this guide. Basically, if you're a regular stock photography contributor, you probably want the enhanced release option. Otherwise, the old standard is likely fine. If in doubt, please consult with your own attorney or stock agency for advice. The shoot info screen. Shoot name is to distinguish your shoot from all your other shoots and provide a boundary for the scope of the release. It can be as simple as John Smith portrait session or even fall portrait session. You might consider coming up with a naming convention that makes sense for your business. Shoot reference ID is also business specific. It's for numbers like invoice number or other tracking systems. It's not mandatory. The app uses it as part of the file name when it exists, but it's up to you to define what it means. You'll also notice on this screen or select from list button. This button uh, allows you to select from previously used shoots that will greatly speed up creating new releases if you're releasing multiple individuals from the same shoot, which is often the case. Uh, all this shoot information will be automatically entered when you pick it from this previously used list. These previously used lists are on many screens to previously used models, shoots, property owners, things like that, addresses, things like that. Now we have the shoot location screen. It lets you define the shoot country, shoot region, state, or province. There's a location button with a little blue arrow that you can press to automatically enter the information. You can also select from previous here as well. If you'd selected from previous shoot in the previous screen, you would have automatically entered this information and gone next to the model section. Shoot date is pretty self-explanatory. The date of the shoot, there's a today button to, if you're reusing a shoot, you'll land on this screen first um, because often the shoot could be on consecutive days or something like that, and you now define today or a different day. Also, people sometimes create releases for things that happen in the past or get ready by preparing something for the future. So that's why there's a shoot date picker. Model's name probably doesn't require a lot of explanation. It's the subject you're photographing. You can pick from a previously used list. You can also import from contacts. If you import from contacts, it'll automatically enter all the rest of the information, whatever happens to be included in the contact, and let you fill in whatever's missing as well. Here you enter the model's contact info, email and phone, model's date of birth. This also lets the app figure out if the model's a minor or an adult. The next two fields, gender and ethnicity, are completely optional. They're for the model to determine, and they're generally they're valuable demographic information for the stock photography industry, not necessarily useful for other purposes. After the ID photo has been captured, you scroll down and verify your information. You can even add an addendum. Uh, Scroll down and go to the signature section, model, touch this, scroll through the agreement, tap agree at the bottom, sign, and you have your model release completed. At this point on this screen, you can either send from here for the email or print, or you can go back to the main screen where you'll see the little cloud saving icons appear one by one as the release is saved in the background. Which one appears first will vary day to day, depending on which service is responding fastest. But it's all usually pretty quick. You can also email right from this screen with that button, and it'll batch email depending on if you group by date or by shoot. It'll batch email everyone in a date or everyone within a shoot.